When power knocks at your door, it never waits for your comfort. It never waits for your preparation. It arrives like a storm and leaves just as quickly. And in that short moment, you either take hold of it with unshakable grip, or you watch it vanish into the shadows of regret. The world is not kind to those who hesitate. The world is not patient with those who seek permission to act. Those who rise in life are not always the strongest nor the smartest. They are the ones who act when the chance is still burning hot. They are the ones who recognize that the rarest opportunities appear in disguise. Sometimes dressed as risk, sometimes dressed as chaos, sometimes disguised as an enemy. And if you cannot see through the risk assigns, mask, then you will watch another take what should have been yours. Understand this. The game of life is played by wolves who wear the skin of sheep. And every time you delay a decision, you hand over your crown to someone who has the courage to be ruthless. Every moment you wait, the fire within you cools, and in this coldness, your ambition turns into ashes. Every dream you hold will require you to seize moments others are too afraid to touch, and that means you must be willing today. Endure the whispers of critics, the frowns of the timid, and the doubt of the weak. Do not let this slip away, because it will not come back. There are certain doors that open only once in a lifetime, and those doors are guarded by fear, uncertainty. If you do not walk through them immediately, they will close forever, and the sound of that closing will echo in your soul. For years, I have seen kings lose their kingdoms because they waited for the perfect time. I have seen men of great skill die in obscurity because they wanted approval before they moved. History does not remember those who almost acted. It remembers those who acted without hesitation. To keep what is yours, you must claim it before anyone knows it exists. You must move in silence. You must make your ambition invisible until it is too late for others to stop you. And once you have it, you must defend it with a grip so strong that nothing and no one can pry it away in this world. Everyone is hunting for the same prize, the same influence, the same wealth, the same respect. And the cruel truth is that most people will not hesitate to steal it from you if you leave it unguarded. This is why hesitation is poison and speed is power. When you see the moment that can change your destiny, do not pause to wonder if you are ready. You will never feel ready. But power rewards the one who acts despite doubt. In that instant, you must silence the voice that says, wait, and you must awaken the voice that says, now. Because every empire, every fortune, every legend was built by those who refuse to let the moment pass. There will be people around you who will tell you to slow down, to think more, to wait for the right conditions. But remember, this advice is rarely given by those who have conquered anything of value. It is given by the safe and the powerless. And if you listen to them, you will become one of them. Instead, listen to the urgency in your own blood. Listen to the instinct that tells you this is it. This is the strike that changes everything. And when you feel that, do not negotiate with your fear. Move before it speaks. The danger of letting an opportunity slip away is not only the loss of what could have been, it is the creation of a habit of letting life pass by, a habit of watching others win while you remain in the audience. The more you do this, the more your mind accepts defeat as your destiny, until one day you realize you are no longer even in the game. You have become a spectator in a life that should have been yours. Machiavelli knew that fortune favors the bold, not the patient, not the polite, but the bold. And in his words, fortune is like a woman. She yields to the strong. She yields to those who press forward without apology. If you treat her gently, she will give herself to another, and you will be left with nothing. But the story of what you almost had, so be the one who moves forward with force and certainty, even when the path is unclear. In moments of power, you will not have time to debate the morality of your actions. You will not have the luxury of endless thought. You will either act or be acted upon. So take the step, seize the advantage, claim the territory, and then build your defenses high enough that no one can take it from you. This is how kingdoms are born. This is how legacies are written. Do not let this slip away, because life does not owe you another chance. The battlefield of ambition is littered with the bones of those who thought they could wait. There is no waiting. There is only winning or losing. You have the chance now, and if you let it pass, you will carry the weight of that loss until your final breath. The choice is yours, and only yours. Move now, while the door is open, while the fire still burns, while the blood in your veins still screams for a more. Because the next time you look that way, the door will be gone, the fire will be nothing but smoke, and the ground where you once stood will belong to someone else. You will tell yourself that you will find another way. But deep down, you will know that you traded your crown for hesitation. You will know that a throne you should have claimed is now sealed under the weight of another's ambition, and that weight will crush every thought of what could have been until it becomes unbearable. Do not put yourself in that grave before your time. The fire in Christ. Your path exists for a reason. It is not there to scare you. It is there to test you. It is there to burn away the weakness and reveal the strength you need to take what is yours. And if you do not walk through it now, you will never know the weakness, the force you carry inside you. When the heat rises and the pressure closes in, you must lean forward, not back. You must remember that power is taken in the moments where others retreat. The battlefield of destiny is decided in seconds, not years. And those seconds are given only once. You cannot save them. You cannot store them. You cannot ask for them again once they are gone. They belong to someone else, and that someone else will not give them back. Every great victory in history was born from a moment like this. A moment when the choice was clear. Take it or lose it. Win or vanish. Those who chose to take it became legends. Those who waited became forgotten. Names written in no book. Remembered by no one. And if you think you can live with being forgotten, then you have already surrendered. But if you know that your place is to stand above, to write the laws instead of obeying them, to lead instead of follow, then you must understand that hesitation is your enemy, and speed is your sword. You have the fire now. You have the moment now. You have the chance now. And the question is not whether you are ready. The question is whether you are willing. Willing to act. Willing to risk. Willing to seize it without a guarantee of safety, because that is the price. And those who pay it are the ones who hold the crown at the end of the war. Then hear me clearly, because the moment you hesitate, you open the door for another to step through, and once they step through, they will slam it shut behind them and lock it with chains. You will never break. The world does not pause, so you can gather your courage. It does not slow, so you can catch your breath. It you will keep moving with or without you. And if you are not at the front, you are already being left behind. The crown is not given to the careful. It is taken by the relentless. And if you cannot be relentless, you will watch others rule over. What was meant to be the fear you feel now, is the same fear your enemies feel. But the difference between the victor and the defeated is that the victor moves. In spite of that fear, he treats fear as fuel, not as chains. He lets it sharpen him, not weaken him. Those who wait for courage before they act will wait forever. Because courage is not something you find, it is something you create. In the very act of striking, when the world tells you to wait, do not be gentle with destiny. It does not respond to kindness. It bows only to force and precision. The opportunity in front of you is fragile, but it is also volatile. If you grip it with strength, it will bend to your will. If you let it slip, it will explode in the hands of another, and that explosion will build their empire, not your. Every empire that stands today stands because someone refused to let their moment escape. Someone moved when the path was half-formed. Someone acted when the risks were heavy. Someone decided that losing while fighting was better than losing while waiting. You must decide the same, because if you let this slip, it will teach you how to lose. And once you learn how to lose, you will repeat it until it becomes unforgettable. Your nature. This is the point where you either step forward and carve your name into the stone of history, or step back and fade into the dust of the forgotten. Your hands were made to hold more than they do now. Your mind was built to command more than it commands now. But both will remain empty. If you do not act now, there is no later. There is only now. And those who own the now own the future. Then let this truth cut into you like a blade. There will come a day when you look back, and every memory that burns the most will not be of what you tried and failed, but of what you had the power to take and chose to let slip. You will see faces of those who sit on thrones you could have claimed. You will see their hands gripping treasures that once lay within your reach. You will hear their voices command respect that should have been yours, and in that moment, the weight of your hesitation will crush you more than any defeat could have ever done. The ones who dominate this world are not those who always win. They are those who never let a moment escape untouched. They are those who understand that even an imperfect strike is better than a perfect plan left unexecuted. They act before the air grows cold. They move before the door can close. Because once it shuts, it will not open for you again. It will open for someone else. Someone who was willing to act without the luxury of certainty. Someone who understood that fortune is not patient and will not wait for you to feel ready. Hesitation is a signal to the world that you are not dangerous, that you can be bypassed, that you can be ignored, and the moment the world marks you as such, you will be stepped over by those who understand the value of speed. In the war for power, you must move while the ground is still shaking under your feet, while the outcome is still uncertain, because that is the window where kings are made and empires are stolen. The world will tell you to think, to pause, to be sure. But the moment you are sure is the moment the opportunity has already passed and belongs to another. And no amount of skill, no amount of talent, no amount of regret will ever bring it back. Speed is the sword of the ambitious. It cuts through doubt before doubt has a chance to grow. It strikes before the enemy can build their defense. It reaches the prize before the crowd has even noticed it was there. And if you do not wield it, someone else will, and they will cut you down with the very blade you refuse to pick up. Move before the door begins to close, and once you are through it, seal it behind you so no one can follow. Burn the bridge so there is no return. Grip the crown so tightly that it becomes a part of you, and never loosen that grip for even a moment, because the second you do, the same hands you beat will return to take it from you, and they will not hesitate the way you once did. Then move before the door shuts, because when it does, you will not just lose the chance, you will lose the position, the leverage, the advantage that only exists for a heartbeat. Opportunities are living things. They breathe, they move, they escape. And once they escape, they are never the same again. They may return in a different form, but not with the same power, not with the same reward, not with the same impact. The moment is unique, and it demands a unique response. Instant, ruthless, and absolute. Hesitation is a quiet assassin. It kills not with noise but with delay. It strips you of momentum. It feeds your rivals, and it robs you of the element of surprise. And in the realm of power, Surprise is worth more than strength, because strength can be resisted, but a strike that comes before the enemy expects it cannot be stopped. This is why the bold win, even when they are not the strongest. They win because they strike before the door has even finished open. You must train yourself to sense this window, the small sliver of time, when hesitation is fatal and action is unstoppable. You must be ready to step through, with no pause, no second thought, no backward glance, because the second you look back, you have already slowed, and in that slowness the door begins to close. You may think you can push it back open, but by then another will be on the other side, holding it shut, with all their weight, and you will be left outside in the cold move before the door shuts. And when you are inside, lock it, fortify it, and make it yours. Because power once claimed must be defended with the same urgency that claimed it in the first place. There is no mercy for those who hesitate, and there is no return for those who are shut out. This is the nature of the game, and the only way to win it is to refuse to give hesitation even a breath to live in your mind. Then when you step through, you do not pause to admire the view. You do not waste a single heartbeat celebrating, because every second after entry is a battle to secure your position. The same hands that held the door for you will try to pull it open for themselves. The same eyes that watched you move will look for a moment of weakness to drag you out of what you claimed. This is why the moment you enter, you fortify, you expand, you make your presence so heavy that removing you becomes impossible. The danger is not only outside the door, it is inside as well. Those men who could not stop you from entering will try to poison the ground beneath your feet. They will whisper doubts. They will attempt distractions. They will create storms to make you move from your place. And the moment you move, they will strike to take it back. This is why you must not only move before the door closes, you must anchor yourself so deep that no force can dislodge you. Understand this. Your enemies will not forgive you for winning. They will not allow you to keep what, if you have, unless you make the cost of taking it from you greater than the value of the prize itself. This is the silent law of survival. Make the attack too costly, and the wolves will turn on easier prey. But if you relax, if you show mercy, if you continue mented, you loosen your grip, they will smell the weakness and return in greater numbers than before. Move before the door closes, and once it is yours, defend it like the air in your lungs. Guard it with the hunger that first drove you to seize it. Never grow satisfied, because satisfaction breeds carelessness, and carelessness breeds loss. And once you lose in this game, you may never be given another opening. The same size, the same weight, the same reward. This is why the act of taking and climate, the act of keeping are bound together. If you fail in one, you fail in both. So never let the fire that made you move burn out after victory. Feed it, protect it, make it eternal, because the day you let it fade will be the day you stand outside another door, hearing the sound of it locking from the inside, and knowing that this time you are too late forever. Then hear this and let it burn into you forever. There will come a time soon when the air around you will thicken, when your heart will pound, when the path will appear for only a breath. And in that breath, you will either claim it with both hands or watch it vanish into the hands of another. And once it is gone, it will never return. If you move now, you own the future. If you wait, you will spend the rest of your life staring at the closed door, knowing it was you who let it shut. Move now or be erased.